Transforming your life through hypnotherapy has never been easier. With the help of your host, Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and these power-packed minisodes, you're sure to find yourself engaging in more positive behaviors around both your physical and mental health. Here's your host, Julie.
G'day, it's Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and you deserve to know how hypnosis can improve your football performance, because people have had enough of being champions of the game and feeling defensive and attacked all the time. And I'm not a therapist or psychotherapist, but this is my 10th year as a clinical hypnotherapist in strategic psychotherapy. I currently help my clients online. They change their life without changing out of their pajamas. And I can only imagine someone like you pays no attention to online football trolls. In fact, you're calm, you have the patience of a saint, and you deserve to score your way through life on your terms, playing the game of life how you want to play it. And if you're ready to take your football game to the next level, well, it's time to hypnotize your way to victory. That's right, I'm talking about hypnotherapy to improve football performance. And as you know, your temperament is not fixed from birth. If not, at each football match, you would fall to the ground faking football injuries at every single game. You would pout and sulk and put tears in your eyes and refuse to play until someone gave you a cuddle or even an ice cream. And maybe you've seen the hypnotist Peter Powers have a bit of fun and seen him hypnotize the AFL Geelong football team to not be able to lift simple dumbbells. Or maybe you've read spiritual books about sport like The Inner Game by Tim Galway. But first things first, let's clear up a common misconception about hypnosis. It's not about making people do things against their will. In fact, hypnosis is a state of deep relaxation and focus. It's a completely natural state that we all experience every day. So how can hypnosis help in football? Well, for starters, it can help you overcome any nerves or anxieties you might have before the game. When you're relaxed and focused, you're more likely to perform at your best and stay calm under pressure. It can help you develop a more positive attitude and mindset towards the game by visualizing yourself as a successful football player. You can train your brain to believe that you can actually achieve success on the field. Hypnosis can help you develop specific football skills such as improved coordination, better reaction times, and increase endurance. It can also help you achieve and maintain peak performance levels and reduce mental stresses. Australian hypnotist Rick Collingwood, who's just been hired by an English championship club to improve their performance on the pitch, says it best. Basically, under direct suggestion, they're told to perform better and they'll kick harder and more accurately. It enhances their natural capacities. It's just about maximizing the inner potential they have already. Football hypnosis has made some big claims that it can remove self-doubt, making split-second decisions possible and effective. The players will perform better and faster and with better accuracy and a laser-focused mind. But they're just big claims. I don't play football. I barely watch football. But you deserve to contribute to society doing what you love and live out your full human potential as a football player. And I don't know if you've ever heard about the professional American football player, Brian Kitchen. He was a football long snapper. He is most well known for representing the New England Patriots, winning them the Super Bowl and beating the Panthers with a long snap. And that might sound easy, but the truth is he'd been out of the game for 3 years and cut his finger during breakfast the morning of the Super Bowl. But when Jonathan Tramontana interviewed Brian in his fabulous book, Sport, Hypnosis in Practice, Scripts, Strategies and Case Examples, Brian Kitchen says, "I am who I am. I just learned not to think about it, to not think about anything." John asked, "So what were you thinking when you were going in for that game-winning field goal?" "I was just comfortable with whatever the outcome. I had submitted to whatever happened. And the main thought was not to be tentative. I remember Trey Junkin doing that. He botched the snap 2 years earlier. He was so tentative and I didn't want to do it like that. I thought if I'm going to screw it up, it's going to be a rifle shot, nothing tentative. I'm going to throw just like I've always thrown it. Just release to the target. Just relax and do what I had been snapping balls since I was 16 years old. I had done it thousands of times. Just rely on what I knew I could do and know I'll be all right." And I see snapping as being just like golf, moving stationary target. It's different than catching the winning touchdown pass. When playing tight end, in those cases the adrenaline's flowing and the ball would come and I'd just make the play, not think it through, but just rely on what your body's already trained to do. But when you have a stationary object, it's different. I thought I've just snapped the ball for the winning field goal in front of millions of people on the biggest stage there is in football. This part is nothing compared to that. So John asks, so do you think you went into automatic trance? Yes, I just thought about nothing. I waited for the holder's hands. And I could only imagine someone like you is thinking, that's magic, friggin' sensational. How fabulous was that positive self-talk? And you deserve to wire your brain the right way. So once you have a lifetime of practice and training, you can land a ball miles away and say, I get to make the winning goal and make it. And what I love about that paragraph from Brian is that he describes that he didn't want to be like any of those snappers who are hesitant. And I'm confident someone like you doesn't want to play football like others play football. You don't want to be too aggressive or too technical or something else. And motivation is a beast. It doesn't last, but neither does bathing. And that's why it's recommended daily. And bonding to motivation is so much more than a fabulous romance. And negative motivation works, helping you to be the most fabulous version of yourself. Negative motivation is weird. We all think of doom and gloom from time to time, but does it make sense to imagine life getting even worse? And there are two types of motivation: negative motivation away from problems and positive motivation towards solutions. And just like Brian not wanting to be too tentative, we've all experienced away from motivation, especially around holiday season. We might have $2,000 to go on a shopping spree at Christmas, and then only have $1,000, and then only $500, and then the utility bills arrive. And what do? You take action. You sell stuff on eBay. You become an Uber driver. You Airbnb your home. You take out a loan. Negative motivation gets results in taking action. Positive motivation, only 1% of the world falls into this category, moving towards a solution. And you listening to this power-packed hypnosode has made me guess you are a positive person with positive goals that you want to achieve. But Brian used his motivation to not want to be like those tentative snappers in order to not be hesitant. He came to the fabulous conclusion that he literally needed to not care about the outcome. And I don't know if you've ever held a string with a weight on the end and tried to stop it from moving. It's an easy task. But if someone asks you to mentally envision the weight moving, but to not consciously move it, the weight starts moving. This is because the mental image you created in your mind at a subconscious cellular level caused micromuscular twitching below the threshold of visual perception. That's why the weight moved. It can appear woo-woo and mystical, but this is the same force as you imagining playing well. In fact, you imagining playing well creates a rush of vibrational wave energies that stimulate the master glands of the pituitary and pineal to produce body chemicals at the cellular level that turn and move into the bloodstream and create feelings and emotions that stimulate peak performance at a micro neuromuscular level. It becomes your beautiful motive force. But imagine you prolonged your motive force as a feeling of anger. It might be too much for your body to handle. Proteins will be formed in this toxic state. And if no other emotions are present in this toxic state, your genes can eventually wear out and begin producing cheaper proteins. You might end up in an undesirable genetic future of sickness. You deserve to be a football champion in peak performance and have it vibrate through every cell of your body, including all of your fresh proteins. And I don't know if you heard about the Netflix competition when they gave away $1 million prize for machine learning. Machine learning has all aspects of learning. Netflix wanted to improve its recommendations by 10% because if you like what they recommend, you'll continue to pay for Netflix. So Netflix gave all of its data to the people who entered the prize, and they all used different algorithms until someone won the prize by improving the ratings by 10%. You might be thinking they must have profiled all the movies into comedy, action, rom-com, and then included all profiles about the storylines of the lead actors and compared it to the viewer's interests with the profiles of each movies, and that would have been a lot of work. And that's not machine learning. Machine learning only learns. Machine learning reverse engineers the process. It starts with a rating. and gives random numbers to all the viewers and random numbers to all of the movies. They take a rating that actually happened, one rating that is true, like Julie likes documentaries and comedies, and the machine nudges the factors very slightly towards that rating. But they do this for 100 million times and over. And finally, they find a viewer who didn't like a movie or watch a movie, and the data matches and the machine has learned. The same as if you want machine learning to learn the board game backgammon. You get two computers to play against each other, each computer, and keep points on who wins or loses. The machine learning does that 1 billion times, and a few days later, you check and you have a backgammon champion. You are wrapped in an electromagnetic matrix of emotional molecules. Based on how you feel, your brain sends signals to its head mechanic to either oil up or gas or water or pump up the tires or let them down. And the mechanic makes a special formula for you and sends out its emotional molecular crystalline structures that are like an electric chemistry that gets to oscillate frequencies that are a perfect match to your magnificent body. Your body learns every time you upgrade your special formula. There are 3 ways you can learn something: by sight until you can recite it. Sight, S-I-G-H-T, meaning to see it. Sight, C-I-T-E, meaning to say it out loud or see it in our mind's eye. And sight, S-I-T-E, location and place, just like a job site. Then you can recite the information. Your brain's emotional circuitry can be strengthened by your magnificent daydreams and by your marvelous nightscapes. When supported by the right emotional state, when you help yourself develop a positive attitude towards a game of football by visualizing yourself as a successful football player, you can train your brain to believe that you can actually achieve success on the field. And maybe one day you can say to yourself, I just landed the winning ball, and get to win the game in front of millions of people. So here is a script called Seeing Yourself Through the Eyes of Your Higher Power. Close your eyes, relaxing your thoughts, relaxing your body. Focus on your breathing, and as it goes in and comes out, feel the difference as the air comes in and the air goes out. Now take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Good, very good. Now continue to breathe normally. And as you see the number 5 in your mind, and as you see the number 4, and as you continue to look at the number 4, it fades. And you see the number 3, and as you see the number 2, and see the number 1, and as you look at the number 1, imagine it changes into a beautiful door that opens into a corridor. Cross the threshold and walk down the corridor. There are doors on either side, and they all bear symbols and spiritual significance. As you come to the end of the corridor, you see a golden light, warm and inviting. You enter the light, and you are taken into a sacred place, a place of serenity and tranquility and peace. You feel whole, complete, safe in this sacred place. It may be a temple or church. It may be a synagogue or mosque. It may be a beach or mountaintop. This place in which you feel profoundly spiritual, and as you relax in this sacred place, you feel the presence of your higher power, higher consciousness, or something else. You feel no fear, only perfect love and acceptance. Imagine that you can see yourself sitting there through your higher power's eyes. You are looking at yourself through higher power's eyes. Feel the perfect love, unconditional regard to absolute acceptance. You look through your higher power's eyes, see the qualities and goodness in yourself that you never noticed before. Allow yourself to feel affection your higher power has towards you, the belief your higher power has in you. Make a kinesthetic anchor with your thumb and finger on your right hand. Touch the thumb and the finger on your right hand together. Anchor the affirmation of yourself to your higher power. And as you focus on how your higher power feels about you, especially those qualities of beauty of which you are unaware, allow yourself to come into your own body, seeing through your own eyes. Completely, you express your gratitude to your higher power for this spiritual moment now. Allow the golden light to gently take you back. Look up into the sky and see the number 1 and then the number 2, 3. Become aware of your body. Feel your hands, feet, arms, legs gradually waking. 4, gradually waking. 5, open your eyes. Feel refreshed, relaxed, and affirmed. So what if you thought about football hypnosis differently? And what if you didn't? The choice is yours.